Hello and welcome everyone. So in the last few videos we've been talking about very wide topics from macroeconomics to the elections. But we are missing on something very interesting that is going on, which is the Q4 earnings season. The earnings season is a time where we get to know how the different companies that we follow have been doing in the markets. We also understand their outlook and we try to understand if they are actually justifying their valuations or not. So stay tuned in this video where I try to understand what's happening in the Q4 earnings season and what are the opportunities it presents. Now let's try to understand the Q4 earnings season. While everybody was expecting the profit and sales numbers to be muted this quarter, what really matters is how did the companies fare in terms of expectations. Now looking at the expectations, what you would realize is that not many of the companies have disappointed in terms of expectations and various companies have in fact beaten the expectations. So this earnings season hasn't been a disappointment in any sense, and because the market prices and expectations, the valuations of these stocks haven't been hit by these earning numbers. So lack of any widespread underperformance sort of tells us that the market was pricing in the expectation correctly, but still we've seen some very interesting moves happen along with the earnings season. We've seen banks and financial services do really well. On the other hand, IT as expected has been muted, but still the earnings have been received positively. We've seen exceptional earnings come out from autos and capital goods, whereas we've seen some infrastructure and metal stock underperform, but still see very strong price movements. So let's try to dig deeper into these earnings and understand how different sectors have fared. So till now in this earnings season, more than 400 companies have come out with their earnings, and most of the major players have in fact posted the numbers. If you look at the Nifty 50 universe, right now 28 out of 50 companies have in fact posted their numbers, which in fact represent more than 66% of the market cap of the Nifty 50 universe. Now what's very interesting in this earnings season is that 75% of the earnings have been explained by only 5 stocks in the Nifty 50. So you have stocks like TCS, ICICI Bank, HDFC, Maruti and Coal India explain 75% of the PAT growth in Nifty, whereas the index is being dragged by heavyweights like Reliance, Wipro and few other stocks. Now what's also important to understand is how have these earnings been against the estimates. So again, that's a very interesting number. In terms of the estimates, these earnings have in fact on the profitability front beaten those estimates. So people were expecting the sales growth to be stronger and profit growth to be lower, whereas the numbers that have come till now have seen that the sales growth in fact has been a little moderate, but the profit growth has been better than expected. So very interesting numbers coming out and no disappointment in sight, and a lot of exciting news from this earnings season. In fact, if you look at the numbers, 10 out of the earnings that have come out from the Nifty 50 universe have in fact beaten the estimate and 13 have come in line. If we were to name some of the Nifty 50 names that have actually outperformed, these are ICICI Bank, Kotak Bank, Axis Bank, a lot of banks, but even TCS, Coal India, Ultratech Cement, Bajaj Auto, Tech Mahindra, Nestle, SBI Life, etc. Stocks that have underperformed are HCL Tech, L&T Mindtree, HDFC Life and Titan. So the numbers in this earnings season have been actually driven by a couple of sectors. So banking and financials in fact have seen a 22% year-on-year growth, and autos have again been a winner with a 38% YOY growth. Now what has dragged the earnings is segments like oil and gas and metals. And in fact we've seen capital goods, infrastructure and even cements do decently well. Now let's try to break down these earnings sector by sector. Now let's talk about the banking segment. In terms of banks, we've seen some very exceptional numbers come out of Axis Bank, Kotak Bank and RBL Bank, even though the stress in the banking segment remains with everything and all the announcements coming out from the RBI. Now, given that some banks have done extremely well, there has been a little bit of margin pressure for different banks as well. But still, the results of ICICI Bank, Axis Bank, and SBI, some of the major banks have been met with a lot of cheer. Now this quarter is a seasonally strong quarter, the last quarter of the year. Therefore, we were expecting the numbers to be strong and the banking segment itself has done quite well. Talking about the non-banking financial institutions, we are seeing some slowdown before the elections, a slowdown in the vehicle-based borrowing, but still the results in the NBFC segment have been in line. Now, another standout segment in this earnings season has been automobiles. Automobile numbers have been in line and have been really good. The growth has been driven by a better product mix, healthy volume growth, lower commodity prices, as well as operating leverage in the automobile companies. Now, let's talk about the automobile segment. Again, the automobile segment has really shown through in this earnings season. We've seen, earnings for Hero Motors, Bajaj Auto, Maruti being met with a lot of cheer. There have been very strong numbers from due to a number of reasons. Firstly, there has been a strong volume growth. Then there's a very good product mix that these companies are offering. Commodity prices have been supportive to these stocks, and also, they've been using operating leverage very diligently to grow. Now, people are concerned that there could be margin pressure on auto segments in the next few quarters, but this quarter the numbers have been quite encouraging. Now, let's talk about the technology segment, the first set of stocks that actually come and post their earnings, and a sector where nobody was expecting very exceptional numbers. Now, the IT segment has been under stress because of the weak global demand, project cancellations, as well as the stress on the books. Nobody was expecting the sector to do really well. But what has been a standout in this segment is that companies have announced, especially the larger companies have announced very good deal wins. So if you look at the results for TCS or Infosys, you will see that these companies have had a silver lining of strong deal wins to govern the direction of these companies. So again, IT segment continues to have a bleak outlook going forward as well. Till the rates are cut in the US and the growth comes back, IT segment will continue to struggle. So I think the recovery in the IT segment might be not there at least for a few quarters. Now let's talk about the consumer segment. Again, a very interesting pattern has been very persistent in the Indian market where discretionary spending or the urban growth is going on really well, but the staples which are linked more towards the rural economy have been struggling. And same with the trend that we saw in this earnings season. We've seen the staples not come up with very encouraging numbers. FMCG earnings have not been met with any cheer. We've seen HUL earnings being met by a price drop and no excitement for any other FMCG earnings that has come up. So again, this segment has been struggling because of the margin pressure because these companies cut down their prices because of lower commodity prices. But we expect the prices to again go up as the commodity prices again flare up in the next half of the year. So nothing exciting about the consumer earning, but we would love to see how this sector shapes up. Now talking about the oil and gas segment, again, like I said, there has been a mixed bag of earnings. Reliance earnings were definitely cheered by the street, but on the other hand, IOCL has been muted earning and there has been a mixed reaction. Some very interesting patterns that have also been formed is around the metal segment. Metal prices have been going up like anything because of the strong demand coming from China. And you saw that Vedanta, Hindustan Zinc, all of these stocks actually came up with negative earnings, right? They did not grow very well, which was as expected, but still, after posting those negative numbers, the stock surged, right? And that is because people have a strong expectation from this segment in the next quarter or so because of the strong demand coming from China. So that was a wrap up on the different sectors and different companies that did well in this earnings season and how the season is shaping up. Now, in terms of stocks that have received the upgrade from this earnings season, there are a few like Axis Bank, Coal India, Maruti, Bajaj Auto, and HDFC Bank. So a lot of names from the banking and automobile industry, and interestingly, an IT giant as well. In terms of negative earnings or downgrade after this season, we can name a few stocks here as well. We have Bajaj Finance, this big financial organization that has been under pressure, along with it L&T Mindtree, which is sort of a mid-cap IT stock. Then you see Titan also not do extremely well. Similarly, the IT giants like HCL Tech and Tech Mahindra have also struggled and have been downgraded in this earnings season. So, what is the outlook coming out from this earnings season? Like we said, banking and financials, automobiles seem to have done extremely well. Cement has posted good numbers, but on the other hand, IT as expected has been muted, and we've seen negative earnings come out from the oil and gas segment, metals as well. Still, the outlook remains quite positive for a number of these segments, especially the autos, auto ancillaries, and the banking and financials. Now, if you were to ask you, did this earnings season justify the valuation? I would say there is no negative impact on the valuations because of these earnings, because a lot of these numbers matched up with the expectations. Now, based on this earnings season, if there were some sectors for you to pick, which ones would those be? I would assume the consumer segments, banking, some of the industrials, and obviously automobiles will be very strong picks for the next few quarters. On the other hand, we are also seeing a big surge happening in metals. We are seeing real estate do extremely well, and those sectors could also find some place in your portfolio. Obviously, the manufacturing theme and the infrastructure remains strong, and you'll see more numbers come out from those segments, but they do continue to be strong in the next few days. So that was a wrap on our analysis on the Q4 earnings. I hope you liked this video, and if you guys would like to see more videos, please do hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and do write in the comments what you would like us to talk next. Till then, stay safe in the market volatility and happy investing.